Hi, my name is Michelle Kiba, and I'm one of the reference librarians and scholars at Palm Beach Atlantic University. This video will provide information about the 3 types of review of research involving human subjects. An IRB application is required for all 3 types of review. 1 hard copy with signature should be delivered to the Office of Academic Research. An electronic copy, ideally with signature, should be sent to the chair of the IRB at the email address listed on the application form as a single Word document. Scanned PDF versions are also fine. The first and briefest type of review is exempt review. In order to qualify for exempt review, your research must involve no more than minimal risk and fall under one of the specific categories of exempt research listed of the IRB guidelines. If you believe your research falls under one of these categories, you must submit the IRB short form application for the exempt category review. However, only the IRB can determine whether an application is exempt. If you're a student, you can check first with your research supervisor or the IRB. The chair of the IRB will do a brief administrative review of your application in order to confirm that your research qualifies for exemption. You may be contacted by the chair of the IRB for further information or clarification, but a thorough review will not be conducted. When the chair of the IRB has enough information to determine that your research meets one of the exempt criteria, you will receive notification declaring that your research is exempt. No further review is necessary, even if your research goes beyond 1 year. However, if any changes are made to the methods and procedures described in the application, you must submit a new application so that the project may be re-evaluated for exemption. For exempt category number 4, which includes the use of existing data records or specimens, your research may qualify for a waiver as described in the guidelines. If you believe it qualifies for a waiver, you must complete the exemption request form application for exempt review. The IRB coordinator only conducts occasional random reviews of this type of application, and you will not be contacted or receive any memo. Once you submit your completed application with signatures and have received your notification from the IRB, you may begin your research. The second type of review is expedited review. In order to qualify for expedited review, your research also must involve no more than minimal risk and fall under one of the specific categories of expedited research listed in the IRB guidelines. If you believe your research falls under one of these categories, you must submit the IRB Form 1 for new or renewal applications. The chair of the IRB will do a brief administrative review of your application in order to confirm that your project qualifies for expedited review, and then forward your application to an IRB member. Or the chair of the IRB may review the application. Either way, you may then be contacted by the reviewing IRB member for further information, clarifications, or revisions. When the IRB reviewer finds the application acceptable, you will receive a final approval memo from the chair of the IRB. The third type of review is full committee review. Research involving more than minimal risk or more than minimal deception must be reviewed by the full committee at one of its convened meetings. If you believe your research requires full committee review, you must submit the IRB Form 1 for new or renewal applications. The schedule of IRB meetings can be found on the IRB webpage. While not required, the IRB recommends that the researchers, including faculty advisor if applicable, schedule a specific time to attend the meeting to answer questions about the application. This will help to speed up the review process. The IRB coordinator will do a brief administrative review of your application in order to confirm that your research requires full review, and then forward your application to the entire committee. After the meeting, you will be contacted by the chair of the IRB for further information, clarification, or revisions as outlined in a letter. When the IRB finds the application acceptable, you will receive a final approval letter and supporting documents from the chair of the IRB. For research reviewed by the expedited or full review process, approval is for no more than 1 year at a time. If your research will be continuing beyond the approval period, you must submit an application for continuation or modification at least 1 month prior to the expiration date of the approval period. If you need to make any changes to your research during the approval period, you must submit an application for continuation or modification before you can implement the changes. Applications for continuation and modification will receive the same type of review, expedited or full, as the original application, and you will receive a final approval letter indicating that you may proceed. Last, the other videos on our website contain information about different topics related to your IRB application. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.